Hello everyone, welcome to UK and Legal. This is my first month of being legal and I just wanted to share with you my experiences so far. It's been a bit of an unusual story, to be fair, very unusual journey, as I have just ordered my fourth prescription. And like I said, I've only been with my clinic for probably just over 3 months, because it nearly took 2 months to actually sign up originally. But since I've received my first prescription, if you've seen my video about my first prescription, it was an absolute fail with the Queen Sangria, which I've still got 2 pots of here. I'm still trying to send them back because, I'm not using that. That is absolute rubbish. The expiry date was August 2024 on there, and I received it on the 1st of November with a letter to explain that the date had been extended to the 30th of November. It was dead. Smelled awful, absolute rubbish. Ground up terribly, just turned into powder. And still haven't heard one word about that. Not cheap, £160 there for these 2 pots. So still just out of pocket with them sat on the side, completely and utterly out of date now. With no idea what's actually happening with that return at all. But like I said, fourth prescription in 1 month. What is going on? Like, why have I just ordered my fourth prescription? I can't really understand what's going on, to be honest. And do they even know what's going on? Like, for example, so I'll give you a time scale of my ordering process so far. So on the 20th of October was when I put my first prescription through. That wasn't approved and paid for until the 30th of October. So that was 10 days in between there. So it was a big gap. Quite a few emails sent about different things and just like what's going on. What the man that I spoke to on the phone said it was going to be 3 days, but it turned out to be 10 days. But then it arrived on the 1st. It pretty much turned up within 2 days after that, 1st of November. And then the 11th of November, I reordered because after receiving my first one, gone through the procedure with my pharmacy to return those other items. And I said, well, can I be prescribed some medication, please? Because I haven't actually got anything to use now. I ordered that on the 11th of November. That was dispatched over to the pharmacy on the 20th of November. So again, an extra week wasted. Don't know why. Then that arrived on the 22nd of November. So technically, that is my first prescription because I used 1 pot of my 4-item first prescription. And I can't return the vape cartridge because I've used it. And then I ordered and arrived on the 5th of December. So that literally took 2 days in December. No extra week, no 10 days, just 2 days for my third prescription. So, I mean, I was happy about that. But when I spoke to the lady on the phone, I tried to order 4 different strains like I did for my second prescription. She said, no, sorry, you can't order 4 different ones. You can order 3 different ones and pick 2 of one of those. So I said, okay, that's a bit strange, seeing as I ordered 4 last month, but I didn't really question it. I said, okay, yeah, because as long as I've still got my 40 grams, I just wanted to try and find a strain that works for me. But really weird. So that arrived on the 5th of December. And I've been on my portal today on the 9th of December, and it says that I can reorder my prescription. So I've put through my next month's prescription just to see if I can actually order 4 prescriptions within the space of a month and a week. Because surely that shouldn't be allowed. I mean, I'm not mad at it because I am trying to find the right strain for me, and the more options, the better. Because my overlook of this whole system so far is a bit unsure, to be honest. Because so far, as you can see from my bottom shelf, which is looking like it's soon to be a bit more overcrowded, um, there is some absolute crap products out there, and which, why are they allowed to sell stuff in a completely blanked out jar? Basically, don't know what on earth's in here. All you've got is that information there, and then on the side telling you the do's and don'ts. Sorry, how much sativa, what terpenes are in that, what's that? I've got to go research that myself. My pharmacy, my clinic, they're not going to do that for you. Like, you actually have to go research all these individual items yourself, and then find out whether your pharmacy even stocks the one that you want to try. And then they're restricting things to stay legal. But sorry, are you 100% sure what rules and legislations you are actually following? Because it does seem to be the case of they're making it up as they go along. Like, from what I've seen so far, like, I haven't had much advice. I've had my first consultation, then I've spoken to doctors about my orders. That's basically it. I haven't had any advice or anything. I have got my consultation coming up in a couple of months, which, if they look at that and see that I've had 4 prescriptions in a month, is that going to flag something? Like, I'm a little bit confused what's gone on with my scenario in particular. But sorry, I thought I was going to move over to a legit way to use my medicine, and it doesn't seem like it is fully yet. I don't know if it's just because of my scenario that I have decided to return to products. But that shouldn't take a month to deal with. And then also the amount of calls and emails I've had to make this return, to then have no communication as well. Yeah, it doesn't seem right somehow. I'm a little bit confused, but overall, it has changed my life. I hope I'm not going to get in trouble for ordering 4 prescriptions within the space of just over a month. Because, I mean, like I've said, I'm a novice. This is my first month of going legal. I'm not entirely sure of the rules and the laws when it comes to medical cannabis in the UK. Like you'd see in my previous videos, I saw an advert on Facebook, and I thought, well, I've been using cannabis a long time. I find that it does help my mental health, and like, why I want to go legal. But then it's a confusing system, and then they just keep throwing different rules at you. That, sorry, well, didn't really know any of the rules. To be completely and utterly honest with you, it's been underground for 6 years. Like, I haven't seen much over the 6 years. Otherwise, I would have jumped on the opportunity to improve my mental health, by picking a strain that I can actually use and that works for my condition. Because on the street, you can't really do that. And even with UK medical, you can't really do that. because you pick a strain, oh, sativa hybrid, perfect, that's just what I need. Turns up, it's not usable. So you're back at square one. Like, why is that even being sent out to people? Like, admittedly, the effects off of most of these products that I have reviewed so far are spot on. They work really well for my mental health, but the flavour, is that much to ask for? Because I know for certain there is hundreds and thousands of beautiful flavoured flowers um, that do the job just as well as what they're bloody selling. I sound a little bit hostile about this because it is confusing for me and it has wound me up a little bit. But what am I to do? Like, I'm just a pawn on their big money making scheme, which again, pharmaceuticals is one of the biggest money making schemes in the whole entire world. It blows my mind that they can do this to patients. I mean, there must be some good products out there. As you can see, the Alpha 8, I would definitely recommend that. But again, it affects everybody differently. You need to experiment with the different strains, with the different products. What works for you? What works for your condition? Like, at the moment, I'm looking at a web page with a load of names, a load of names. I don't know what terpenes work for me at the moment because, to be honest, I'm quite new to terpenes. Like, I knew there was terpenes in there when you go to extract concentrate and things from cannabis, which I've experimented with in the past. But again, I don't know what terpenes are working for my condition. It's trial and error. Different websites do list the conditions that these meds are good for. But again, it's trial and error. And if these clinics are restricting people from accessing different strains, it doesn't help their mental health. If they're prescribed that for their mental health, what's the point? If it is just making their mental health worse, going through the process of trying to improve their mental health. Seriously, it's blown my mind in a good way and a bad way, if you can probably tell by slightly hostile tone and me trying to level myself out. Um, but it has been a wild month, and I do personally, I feel so much better for it. I really do, because I am picking those strains that I believe will work for me. Like, on my second prescription, there was a lot of indicas on that prescription. And yeah, that wasn't the most productive couple of weeks. My overall experience and my actual personal mental health and my productivity has absolutely hit the roof. Like, I am so much better for it. Like, I've actually been talking to people at work and things like that, which I didn't do before because I was a little bit like in my own little world. Because yeah, I was technically a criminal in most people's eyes, which is not fair to judge people like that. I mean, sorry, I am saying that because it is just the way it is, which isn't fair. Like, there is still people using cannabis are classified as criminals. Sorry, that's not fair. If they're using that to put a smile on their face, that's up to those people. Yes, smoking is bad for you. I'll give you that. And there is ways around getting away from smoking. But yeah, it's it doesn't make sense. It really doesn't make sense. You can't treat one person this way and another person this way just because I said, oh, it's medication for this person, it's drugs for this person. No, it's medication for all. It has its benefits. there is downfalls, like it does cause anxiety, depression, other things, but that is different strains. If those strains are found, eliminated, or whatever, it will improve people's mental health overall. But it's still new. We need those experiments. We need to be able to grow our own, ideally, because everybody knows what strains that is good for them, for their personal condition. And if you grow your own, it's yeah, it's good for your mental health because you're looking after a plant. You've got some purpose, and yeah, at the end of it, you've got a lovely yield of a beautiful plant that smells absolutely amazing. That's going to help you. That's going to help your head, your pain, whatever it is used for. But it affects everybody differently. That's why it's so strictly ruled. This is why, like, for one person, it could totally wipe them out for a whole day. Another person, crack on with their day. It makes them more motivated. Like, this is, yeah. I feel like I'm kind of having a debate with myself. But yeah, please leave any comments on your thoughts on what I have said today. And yeah, I mean, I am happier. I am a lot happier. I haven't got that worry of being taken to jail or whatever because I've got my prescription. I've got my cannabis card. But yeah, certainly confused on the system because there's a lot of better ways around it. Like, I like this idea of social clubs. Like, you shouldn't have to hide away to use your medicine. There is no reason for you to hide away. My partner is diabetic and she doesn't hide away to inject herself or anything, which she shouldn't. It's part of life. So this is part of my life. It has been part of my life for a very long time because I felt it's improved my mental health, my mentality. Yeah, and yeah, to be honest, I'm a bit of a weird one. I'm not one for just go, hey, I'm going to chill for all night now. Yeah, proper chill. Yeah. I'm one for, I'm going to go do this job now. I'm going to go do this job. I am, yeah, a nice sativa and I crack on with everything that I need to crack on with. Empty head, thinking straight, jobs get done. But yeah, without picking the right strains and whatnot, I could be a useless muppet walking around like a zombie, like I was on antidepressants. Like, I didn't get on with them at all. And yeah, there's certain strains that I don't get on with. And yeah, I'm a big one for sativas, but I'm not a big one for amnesia haze. Blimey, that can knock me right out. I've had so many trips to Amsterdam where it's like, oh yeah, get the amnesia haze, and I've had that so much at home. Try some proper amnesia haze, and it's like, oh, I wish I hadn't done that. Can we go back to the hotel now? But yeah, it's all a learning curve, and I have to say I am glad I've gone legal purely because of my state of mind at the moment. I'm so much more positive. Like, admittedly, my house is a mess, but it's getting better. It's getting better room by room. And before, yeah, nothing was getting done. But yeah, thank you for watching me ramble on about the whole system and my thoughts on everything. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. And yeah, we'll have to see whether my fourth prescription will actually turn up just over a month after my first prescription. Because, yeah, what are they playing at? I'm confused, but I'm not going to chase it because it's not my job to chase it. Like, I'll happily use those meds next month as long as they haven't got a stupidly short expiry date again. Because, yeah, but I couldn't resist but press order again, just to see whether something would turn up. Because, yeah, I'm sure it's supposed to be one prescription per month. There's no exceptions for 4, surely, unless you are getting them every single week. But who knows? We'll have to see. Please leave comments at the bottom, and if you've had any issues like this at all, or if you know anybody who has, or just, yeah, help me out. What's going on? For all the best, people, thank you for watching. Bye bye.